Okay, we are now live. This will be the usual way to start the stream. So, hello everyone, welcome. I know I'm a few hours late. I originally planned this one a while ago, and then it got moved a week, and then stuff happened across the channel that caused for there to not be much in this past week at all, which is very unfortunate for me. Um, I I recently recorded and did an entire um, update video for that yesterday. Um, it should make it very clear to everyone about the situation we are now in, and that I hope it doesn't happen again. So here we are with the this stream, and we're finally on the next arc of soul leveling, which if I'm remembering correctly, may or may not be a really sad arc. It's 11 chapters because I chose to start here on 139. So we're going to 149. But so yeah, we'll see how it goes. It's definitely going to be quite a read through, especially because of what arc we are on. And if the thumbnail wasn't obvious enough, yeah, for anyone that has read this before, we're into the territory of a pretty tragic scene. Like, I'm talking really tragic. So let me just pull up my chat quickly. Okay, we already had Uh, oh, great. Uh, we back. I cannot believe my microphone died on me. I guess that's the flaw of a wireless microphone. If my mic cuts out now, I now know I have to charge my microphone. So you people didn't hear any of that. I don't know how much you got and how much is just gonna be silence of me looking like I'm talking. Uh, I, I, mm. Should I just always have my microphone plugged in for the sake of having it be charged? Okay, well, it'll be plugged in now for a different reason. That's ridiculous. So I said things, no one else heard them. That's just great. That's just great. Hmm. Wait, nope, nope, that's not it. Okay. Now we're officially back. This. Why does this always have to. Why is it always like this? Why? Well, at least it's a thing on the channel at this point that sometimes if I have a. I guess it's a funny thing to be like, oh, you were actually like muted. And I'm like, nah. And in this case, I'm not going through all that again. So we're just going to keep going where we were. But I will backtrack a little bit. Because Sung showed up for Jinho. Gave his dad, Jinho's dad, the elixir of life. We're here, ma'am. Thank you. The guy's wife is here expecting to not have any good news because, eternal slumber. She looks very downtrodden, very like she knew the day was coming as soon as he had the symptoms, but like she's still sad about it. But, huh? Isn't that yeah, and it was Jinu. Jinhee? Oh, wait, no. Okay. Hold on. Nope. I'm an idiot. I am an idiot. She's not the wife of Jinho's dad. She's the other sibling in the family. She's Jinho's sister. Okay. Yeah. So this is basically like how um, how Jinha reacted to her mother waking up once Jinu gave her the elixir of life. So it's basically that same kind of reaction. Yep. Dad, did I really wake up from the eternal slumber? This is unprecedented. This is a real game changer, sir. The media will go nuts over this. Ah, Jinu. What a Chad you are. What a Chad you are indeed. Happy early birthday, Jinho. What a guy. What a guy. All he needed was confirmation that the guy actually had eternal slumber and was like, okay, I'll give you a potion. Now we're actually to the next chapter, which I'm guessing will be the beginning of the actual conference itself. Time to go wrap things up back in Japan, I guess. Oh, crap. Right, because of shadow movement. The cooldown time is 2 hours still. 1 hour and 54 minutes to go. What am I going to do for the next 2 hours? I guess I never thought about what I do with free time. It's not like I've got anyone to call up either. Really? Yeah. Maybe this time you take the initiative, Genu. I think so. Shaheen! That line of hers is regurgitating in his mind. He's like, you know what? I think it's time I do something about it. What's wrong with me? Maybe there's an unclaimed dungeon I can clear to kill something. No, Genu. No, no. What do you mean, what's wrong with you? Cha clearly showed an intention for liking you. Maybe you should do more? It's so sad seeing the manhwa go this way, where it's like so fast about it, because I heard the novels do the two of them so much more justice than this version ever will. And as long as the anime does the novel version of Solo Leveling, then they will get plenty of good romantic scenes together. Okay, a building. Oh, this is Christopher Reed's building. Okay, this is his mansion. He was warned about this. He was woken up. Yep. Christopher Reed is now up and about. It's too quiet. He tosses a glass of wine. The glass broke, but I didn't hear anything. Aha. That is ominous, to say the least. What's going on here? Who goes there? If you need help, try calling these people. Chairman Go of the Korean Hunter Association will help you get in touch with him. Is this what they were worried about? Yes. Absolutely. Woo! Yes. Hello. I forgot you were a monarch. I'm pretty sure you're a monarch. I I forgot what your design was. Wow. Then again, the only monarchs you can like really remember are the ones that stand out in the story, and I'm guessing he's probably one of those monarchs that's just kind of there. Like he didn't have like any significant role, but hmm. Also, can someone please put in the chat if you can hear me, cuz I don't want this situation to escalate if my microphone does shut off again. I don't think it should, but I need clarification. Just a simple yes in the chat will help me. Hmm. Who the hell are you guys? Oh, yep, it's the Monarchs. Absolutely. You have nothing to gain from being so accommodating to the human in this fight. Oh, fragment of brilliant light. Oh ho ho ho! A monster's language. Who the hell are you guys? Shh. I wasn't talking to you. I'm talking to the guy up there, the one connected to you. Oh. The rulers, that's right. That's right. Now that I'm in the know about most of these things, or not most of these things, all of these things, it's nice seeing all these cool setups now that I have context. Do I seem like I joke to you? Very fair question. Woo-hoo-hoo! Hello, Christopher Reed! At least one of you will die by my hands tonight. Okay, this is either Christopher's ability, or it's because of his assimilation with a ruler. Because the rulers are the ones with this kind of facial structure. With that slit visor, the way their head is shaped. But it is a pretty cool transformation. Okay, yeah. Astralization? The human can take astral form? Die, you damn monsters! Okay, that's the... Oh, wait. No, it's not the end of the chapter, but we have a new status window for status, name, Sung Jinu, level 122, class, Shadow Monarch. I'm not reading the rest of these. You can see these stats perfectly right here. Skills. A bunch of skills, yep. Stuff that we've come to know and love, yep. Still has equipped all that really good equipment. Genu, yep. Everyone gathered here to get a glimpse of you. It may not be entirely accurate, but we estimate there's at least 100,000 in the crowd. I guess this is my last day in Japan. My king, your subjects have gathered to hail your awesome majesty. Perhaps you could be so gracious as to wave in return for your humble Cut it out, Beru. Damn, I came in so late, like over a half hour? Did you? I thought you came earlier, Lee. Okay. Well, you can hear me, right? You can hear my microphone, because apparently my microphone died on me, and all I had to do was plug it in, and I don't know for how long, so a small chunk of this stream may just be muted, and that's gonna be kind of bad in the hindsight, but it got fixed, so we're here. But it's nice to have you aboard, as always. You've become literally one of my you've become one of my most supportive fans of my channel, to the point that like you are my top fan. That's the way YouTube is showing it. So it's nice to always have you aboard. Kind of surprised that none of the other guys who keep coming on my streams are here. It's very odd sometimes. Like, I do plan these, even when my plans change. But it's still utterly ridiculous that, stuff is the way it is. Definitely stuff out of my control, but at least I'm satisfied with this new microphone. So I shouldn't be worried about it. The only reason that it died this time was because I didn't know it had a battery charge that I had to charge. So that's a simple fix for the future, but I need to make sure that it is working. It is working, right? What are the odds of sitting right next to a familiar face on the plane? You're not going to claim this is just a coincidence, are you? Oh! Woo Jin Chul. Yes, Manager Wu. I was hoping you'd think so, but I guess that would be a stretch, huh? Nice to see you again. Oh, it's not Wu. Okay. It's not Wu. It's Agent Adam White from the Scavenger Guild or the US Bureau of Hunters. Why'd I think it was Wu? So you remembered my name. I thought you'd have forgotten since we only met that one time. It's an honor to meet you again. Well, I actually had Barrow remind me. Sire, this man is Adam, Agent Adam White. You mustn't confuse the name this time. Your royal dignity is at stake, sire. Oh, of course. Of course. Season 3 better have these Barrow moments or I'm gonna be so disappointed. Like, they kept in a few Shadow Soldier moments in Season 2. Maybe fewer than I thought. Especially because one of them was, like, a simple thumbs up from Tank to Iron. And they cut that one from the anime. So it is like, Beru is a very special Shadow. You don't cut his dialogue. You do not cut his lines. He became half of the comedy of Solo Leveling, but he also became my favorite Shadow, period. He is literally my favorite Shadow Soldier. Well, yes, I did come in like an hour or two ago, but you did not start streaming, so yeah. Oh, okay. Right. When I was supposed to be streaming, but I had to delay it a little. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you, Lee. I forgot that people could chat before someone goes live if you scheduled it. I keep forgetting that that's a thing. But don't worry about it? Okay. Gotcha. So I post since you were late on the actual stream, what I started this stream was I posted the update video yesterday, the channel update. I hope it's a fun watch, that it's it's not just updates, it's also edited to be funny and humorous, as well as making my point more clear with the jingles that I will be creating for the other reactors on the channel, and giving a few musical references for what I would want to do for one of those guys, because it's a Toku guy, and the Toku Destroyer specifically wanted something Toku-esque. So in that video, I put a few musical cues that could make for something good, as a base, of course. So that video was fun to work out. I also mentioned that once we're done with this stream and we're done with this arc, that I will end it, and then I will immediately get the Backstabbed in a Backwater Dungeon stream going next, the next one, simply because recently I purchased volume 9 of the novels, and I read it, and it got me back in the mood to just want to read more of that story. So once this stream is over, we'll do that as well, and it makes up for me having canceled or delayed stuff previously because of prior stuff going on. And Patreon has finally resolved their issue with me. I hope it's something that people are constantly complaining to them about, because it's not something a content creator needs to be worried about. I shouldn't have to worry whether or not I have enough video storage for these videos. I need to worry about the content in question. You can't make me anxious about how many I can make before I have to stop, because suddenly, if I don't know when that time comes, it'll throw me off guard like it did this past week. So with all that being said, let's continue onwards. I was pretty sure your offer was off the table since the last kerfuffle. I understand you may find it rude of me to barge in on you without due prior notice, but there's something urgent I had to discuss with you. Wait, you're not telling me you guys couldn't stop the gate in Maryland? Oh no, that's not it. We managed to take care of it just fine. Well, that's good. This is what I wanted to show you. We can't get the fire under control. Well, this is no ordinary fire. Stand back, you'll turn into barbecue if those flames so much as graze you. Jesus, where's our backup? Are they coming or not? What am I watching here? Well, if you fast forward to the end, the fire was started by Christopher Reed, one of our national level hunters. It took 1,800 firefighters and 40 top tier mage class hunters to put out his fire. Whoa. That is impressive, but also terrifying. I'm guessing there was some kind of battle for Mr. Reed to start this fire. Are you saying he... We couldn't believe it ourselves either, but he's already been murdered. Whoa. Yeah, I did watch your video that you uploaded yesterday. Nice. Yeah, I had fun making that. Everyone else had fun with the segment that they recorded. And me picking my favorite jingles to put at the end of the video was so hard because there are so many good ones. So it was a matter of how do I limit myself because I didn't want the video being longer than it had to. But oh my gosh, that is brutal. And this is a photo of the prime suspect, at least according to the FBH assessment. Oh, Federal Bureau of Hunters. Okay. This world's version of the FBI, the FBH. No! No! There's no way it was Il Juan. Huh? Is this some kind of sick joke? You won't be walking out of this plane in one piece. Oh, because it's his dad. Yikes. A song, maybe calm down. Don't stand down. The suspect you see with the photo was found in a dungeon. It may not even be who you think it is. Dungeon? His mana waves were not like those of dungeon monsters, and he started attacking one of our S-rank hunters unprovoked. Do you recall an explosion incident near the FBH headquarters from a few months back? It was in the news all around the world. Are you saying my father is to blame for all this? Yikes. Tread carefully, Adam White, because we don't quite yet know, though. He knocked our hunters unconscious and simply disappeared. Although the FBH has been covertly trying to track him down ever since, we couldn't find anything. The man's a ghost. Look, I fully understand how you feel about this, but we've got every reason to believe that he's the prime suspect here. Then why did you bother showing me this photo? Because of the International Guilds Conference. Yep. When the leading guilds from all around the planet are gathered there, the FBH leadership plans to issue a red notice for him. In other words, the investigation is about to go public. Yep. That's not gonna be good. Ooh, what do we got here? For the blind wizard, I think something magic-related music would sound great for him. That doesn't sound like a bad idea. That actually works. Although, that works for who he is, but not necessarily the stuff he watches. Because the blind wizard does stuff that's not just fantasy. He does blind reactions to things that are a blind reaction. Meaning, if he's never... I'll give an example for one that'll be way in the future. Because I'm pretty sure he's going to add it to the next poll he's going to do, but he's going to put 100 girlfriends on there. You know, that series, the very funny, the 100 girlfriends that really, 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 really love you. Well, that's not a fantasy series, but that would still be a blind reaction. So I get what you're going for, but we have to tread carefully because it has to match the person, not the content they do, because that's the point of the lyrics. But yeah, I get what you're going for. That definitely could work. But I don't know of any free to use medieval music. Like, are there free use music that sounds medieval and fantastical? I think so we don't lose that thread of conversation, you should make that a comment on the channel update video. That way it'll be there. Because doing it now, I don't know how long YouTube keeps the live chat, especially when the stream becomes a video. Because there were streams of mine from years ago that I don't have the streams for anymore. The chats are gone because YouTube doesn't keep them apparently, which is very sad. So I think that's why the comment section exists. As long as there's a comment there, it's not going to go anywhere. So to be more permanent, any thoughts you have about this, make that a comment on that video. Because it will help me in the long run. But yeah, this is a sticky situation here. Oh, wow, that's the end of the chapter. Okay. Let's keep it going. Chapter 141. The U.S. government just lost a high-value asset, a national-level hunter. It will do everything in its power to apprehend the culprit. On the other hand, it's in the Bureau's interest to maintain cordial relations with you, which is why they let me give you a heads-up prior to the announcement. After all, it would have come as quite a shock to you if you saw your father branded as the most wanted fugitive at an international event you've been invited to as a national delegate. My father went missing 10 years ago, and now he's back as a monster? Yeah, this is a big deal scene in the series, because Jinu didn't even know that Il Huan was back when Il Huan attacked Dong Su last season. That was completely separate from Jinu. He had no idea. This is the first time he's finding out about this. Are you alright, sir? I'm fine, just a bit shaken, that's all. What's that? Was that telekinesis? Even high-tier mages can barely move a small object with their telekinesis spell. This is an entirely different level. Only national-level hunters are capable of such feats. Then again, perhaps Sung Jinu is the world's 6th national-level hunter after all. I must notify the deputy director at once. Yeah, this is a big deal. The International Guilds Conference! Yep. The big setting of this arc, and a lot is about to go down. The conference is a significant event with global implications as major guilds from all over the world are invited to discuss the latest trends and outlook for the hunter industry. A few days later, the US FBH disclosed the final roster of invitees. Scavenger Guild, the Sicario Guild, the Ajin Guild, there it is. Invited to represent Korea this year, the Ajin Guild became the focus of great attention in both Korea and abroad. Particularly because Ajin really only had one active top-tier hunter, Sung Jinu, the Guildmaster. Indeed. The invitation was a signal that Sung Jinu was now on par with entire guilds filled with top-tier hunters around the world, virtually serving as an endorsement or recognition by the Bureau and US government of this individual's tremendous power. The invitation of Ajin Guild has garnered significant attention across the world, especially given how your guild usually represented Korea in previous IGC events. As the leader of the Hunters Guild, do you have any comments about this, Guildmaster Choi? Oh, they're expecting some big, dramatic answer about this, and Choi is just going to be so casual about this. I think the Federal Bureau of Hunters made the obvious choice. Thank you, Choi. An obvious choice? Not just understandable? Yes, I think it was the right call. But isn't Ajin virtually a one-man guild for all intent and purposes? Well... Sure, but that one man also happens to be Sung Jinu. Indeed. If you define guild members as those you can expect to contribute directly to combat, Sung Jinu already has hundreds of such guild members at his disposal. Perfect way to describe that, Choi. Perfect. If I may dare comment on his capabilities as I've witnessed them across various incidents, including the raid on Jeju, I can confidently say that Ajin doesn't fall short of any guild around the world when it comes to combat power. Good. Good. Support him. Still, having represented Korea at every IGC event to date, I'm sure the Hunters Guild may not welcome this decision so heartily. Sure, I'm jealous that we didn't get to go to America this time. Personally, I even had my passport renewed for this event. Well, I mean, that's probably the only inconvenience you're gonna have, Choi. But I'm more proud of him than jealous. We finally have a hunter from Korea we can count on to save the day in the event that we come across a seemingly impossible foe. Seemingly impossible, huh? Well, we're gonna hold you to that, Choi. We're not entirely sure. I wouldn't put all my eggs in one basket, but I have a statement I'm going to make, people. And it's not for the series, it's about you watching. If you have already read Solo Leveling, then you know that Choi thinks that that's the case, but we're going to eventually learn that's not the case. Something deadly is coming. Something very powerful is coming. And so if people think that the series is going to get boring after the Japan crisis, then no, that's not the case. Because Solo Leveling does a really good job of power scaling upwards. Maybe not completely, because people were definitely like not happy with how Sung was just casually like putting down foes that were supposed to be stronger until he came to a certain point in the story, and then it became like something that was utterly surprising and maybe there for shock value, but it's not entirely without fault. You know? So, in any case, Choi, yeah. In fact, many of my guild members and I wouldn't be alive today if it weren't for Hunter Sung Jinu's help. That is very true. He helped save members of your guild and yourself on multiple occasions at this point. As his fellow countryman, I couldn't be more proud of the fact that Sung Jinu is selected to represent Korea. Sir, we managed to score the permit for the gate that turned up in Suseo this morning. It's an A-rank gate, but the mana readings show it's relatively easy. That's great. Did Ajin Guild skip out on requesting a permit for this gate as well? Yes, sir, they've been awfully quiet lately for some reason. It's been 4 days since Gino returned from Japan. Normally, he'd be gobbling up these gates for lunch, but he hasn't shown up for any raids thus far. Of course, this is great news for the larger guilds based in Seoul. But maybe the guild masters at White Tiger or Fiend are short-sighted enough to be excited about this, taking it at face value. But I'm different. Oh, is that true? Is that it? Is that all that's there, Choi? I'm different? Okay, what are you implying? Only a monkey would be so thrilled for the chance to feast on apples that just happen to fall off its branches. Still, without Ajin Guild competing for permits, our revenue went up by 40%. So we've got another monkey here. Sir? Oh, it's nothing. Does the association know what's going on with Ajin at all? Before his reevaluation, Sung used to clear half a dozen gates every day, and after his certification as an S rank, he even breached other guilds' turf to clear all the gates he could find. There's no way he'd be so quiet without a good reason. I mean, he even managed to clear an S rank gate in Japan by himself not so long ago. China has requested information on Hunter Sung Jinu. Information? As in personal information? Not quite. Then what? They only asked for generic, on-the-record official information such as his raid counts and of related media articles. Well, I suppose even the Chinese know better than to demand the personal information of a top-ranking hunter like Sung. But that's weird because they already have their own hero. It's Lu Zhagong. What could they possibly want now? Like, China, at this point in the story, has stayed out of these affairs because they could care less about the affairs of Korea and Japan, simply also because they have Lu Zhagong. Why are they so invested now? Well, why the sudden interest in Sung? That's literally what I just said, Chairman Go. That's literally what I just said. Why the sudden interest? We made it pretty clear that Sung won't entertain any recruitment offers from any country. Actually, sir, it wasn't the Chinese government. Oh, I see. But rather an individual. Oh, it's the person I think it is, isn't it? An individual? It appears that China's 7-star hunter Lu Zhigong has taken an interest in Sung Jinu. Yep. This changes everything. Instead of following international conventions, China uses its own system to categorize its hunters. Yep. Normally, a 5-star hunter is the highest rank in any hunter can attain in China, but they made an exception for just Lu Zhigong, bestowing him the honor of becoming the one and only 7-star hunter. They placed him 2 levels above the highest rank in China. So the Lu Zhigong is curious about Sung Jinu. Well, Lu had a chance to fight one of the giants from Japan recently. Perhaps that's why he's been curious about Sung, who defeated the rest of the giants by himself. That would make sense. I suppose it takes a lion to recognize another lion. Deny the request. If you find it difficult to do so tactfully enough, just give him the usual perfunctory information. Wow. He's like, yeah, let's not have those two meet. Scavenger Guild, US of A. Sung Jinu will be arriving in America tomorrow. Wow, how time flies. Did you want to see me, boss? Oh, that's right. I forgot that we're also going to be dealing with this in this arc. Finally, Huang Dongsu. Oh, perfect timing. I had something urgent to discuss with you. Sure. I'll cut to the chase. Keep your hands off of Sung Jinu. Dongsu, my man. Look at the face of Dongsu. Look at him. Look at just how, terrified he is. Yes, I know. It's because he's the Thomas Andre. But just look at that. Look, I know what went down between your brother and Sung. I'm sure you have burning questions about what really happened. But sir! Boo! Oh, that aura. Okay, Thomas. Okay. I'm not done talking. His voice actor in the anime better be the one from the mobile game. That guy did a good job as Thomas. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. I didn't know Dongsu could make a face like that. That is the fear of God in him. Basically, shut the F up and listen, huh? No, I want the panels load. No. Fine. Give me a second. Let me try this again. So we return back to here. Oh, come on. Are you serious? Okay, well, these panels love to just not load. It's not good. There might be something there that I need to see. You stupid panels. Why? Why? Just give me these last panels. Okay, finally. Here they are. Not many people in the world can afford to give such a stern warning to an S ranker like that. I guess that's Thomas for you. Yes, it is. That's Thomas Andre. But Huang is no joke either. He's determined to go after his prey. You can just tell. Don't lay a finger on Sung Jinu. Why don't you take some time off during the conference? The guild's vacation cottage is really nice this time of year. So, can you be a good sport and do this for me, my man? Dongsu? Of course. Great, off you go then. Yeah, he's not gonna listen to Thomas. Are you sure that'll do it? No, of course not. I doubt it. He's not the sort to let go of crap like that so easily. Laura, do me a favor and keep an eye on our friend till Sung is out of the country. Do you think he'll be okay with that? Well, he'd better be if he doesn't want to get his ass killed. Oh, now look at Dong Su's face. Alright, chapter 142. Oh, looks like we're in America. IGC venue, US of A. Aha! What's with all the press here today? Apparently the famous hunter from Korea is set to arrive today. Oh, that guy? German delegate Richter Guild Lennart Nierman. Oh, there he is. Should we say hello? It wouldn't hurt to network with a powerful hunter like that at these events. Aren't you going to say hello? Don't you see that? Sir? He wasn't summoning those creatures from another dimension, but taking them around with him everywhere he goes. Yeah, that is how it works. They are literally in his shadow. He calls upon them when he needs them with the code word, arise. I'm surprised it took a guy like him to be able to see that. That's enough firepower to wage war on America. Yes, which is a terrifying thought. See a familiar face, sir? No, some white dude keeps staring at me, that's all. I'm sure it's I'm sure it's a fan. The media's been covering your exploits all over the world. He probably just wants an autograph or something. By the way, why'd they send you here, Director Wu? I've been assigned as Hunter Sung's bodyguard. Oh, that's hilarious. I like that he even realizes that he is like useless here, and Jinho is getting a laugh out of it. I've been assigned as Hunter Sung's bodyguard. What was that again? I've been assigned as whose bodyguard? Oh, I think those guys are here for us. We've been waiting for you, Hunter Sung. Didn't you say you were the desk officer for Asia, Agent White? Aha, yes, until recently. But now I've been assigned to you specifically as well. Well, that's surprising. Our people will escort your entourage to the hotel. Go ahead and unpack at the hotel with Director Wu, Jinho. Sure, sir. As for you, sir, could you come with us, please? Is this about my father? Oh, this isn't what I think you might be concerned about, I promise you. You'll find this well worth your time. As we discussed last time, the FBH holds you in the highest regard. Well, you're not going to tell me what this is about? Not out here, as some of this is top secret. Where are you taking me? FBH headquarters. The Bureau? To be honest, it would be an understatement to say the Bureau is a bit of a conundrum right now. Christopher Hunter was one of America's key national assets to counter the extra-dimensional threat of Gates, so we're desperate to fill the huge gap left by his unfortunate passing. So far, the information space has been relatively quiet since we've held his murder pretty close to the chest. But the Bureau will try everything to recruit someone capable enough to replace him in the meantime. And am I one of those folks you're trying to recruit? Pretty much. Bodyguards. I know. It's funny. As you are well aware, a runestone's value scales with how powerful its original owner once was. Perhaps the most disastrous raid in history was this one. We've made it, folks. the most devastating apocalyptic raid in solo leveling history. The Kamish raid. What, it took all the national level hunters at the time to put this guy down? And it was technically really close? The one with Kamish the dragon. Yep. This terrifying behemoth of a dragon. Like many monsters, that dragon also left a runestone. And the Bureau has been looking everywhere to find the right person to claim the power within the runestone of Kamish. This is going to be a pretty good power boost. So, what do you think? This is our new offer for you. That photo, can you go back? Pardon? I'd like to see the photo again before this one. You mean the photo of Kamish's remains? Sung is more interested in the shadow of Kamish, not in the runestone. That is kind of funny because the MC is way stronger than Christopher. You're not wrong. Genu definitely would scale higher, but this is also the case where it's like, we don't know where he scales at this point in the story, especially compared to Thomas Andre, because he's going to go through more before he ends up having a skirmish with Thomas. And for Genu, all he needs is like a single day and he can get stronger. So it is a weird sense of how do you scale him. Well, yes. Where is it? Let's go over there first. Sorry? I've lent you my ear willingly without question. I'm sure the Bureau can accommodate this request. I'm afraid I can show you only what my chain of command has cleared me to disclose. Even I don't have the clearance to know where they're keeping Kamish's remains. However, I'm sure our leadership would be more than willing to accommodate a request from you. Could you excuse me for a minute while I go brief my superiors? I might as well go with you if I have to wait anyway. He's like, okay. Nah. So you're saying Hunter Sung is here? Right now. What about the runestone? Did you bring that up? Yes, sir, but he hasn't said a word about it on our way here. Well, I'll be damned. So all he wants is to see some dried up bones of an old monster? Well, I mean, not just bones. He's about to, probably get his strongest shadow to date. Or maybe not, because if we remember how shadow extraction works, the longer a creature has been dead, the less likely it will stick around at all. Remember, he tried to get the shadow of no, wait. No, he actually never had to worry about it until now, but because the only other reason his shadow extraction failed was because he was too low a level to be able to get the ice elf. Abaraka, that's right. It was the one time he failed a shadow extraction. He never had to worry about the length of death before shadow extraction. But this is an old monster. Kamish was, dead for, a good chunk of time. I think the Kamish raid was, 5 years before Sung Ji-Nu awakened as a player. That's long enough for it to maybe not work. I'll need a moment to discuss this with my deputy. Could you give us the room? Of course, sir. So why do you think Sung wants to see Kamish? Beats me, all I know is that he's not in it for the tourism. For a hunter, the opportunity to learn a new skill is priceless. Anyone who can afford it won't spare any expenses to purchase runestones that offer the skills they need. Skills mean power for hunters, which can be the difference between life and death. Whatever his reason, Sung must have determined that catching a glimpse of the remains is more worthwhile than learning a new skill. Well, you'll soon see why. He'll definitely make a grand display of that. I still don't get it. Doesn't he have to kill the monsters to summon them later? If you're under that assumption, then you're wrong. Because Sung is about to experiment that for himself. That's literally the reason he wants to see the Kamish bones anyway. He wants to test whether or not it's true if he can summon creatures that were not killed by him. No way. What if he doesn't have to kill a monster to summon it? What if he can just turn a long dead monster into one of his familiars? Mother of God. It only just dawned on him now. I think I know what he's after. Sung is thinking of turning Kamish into one of his familiars. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna completely work, but it's definitely a worthwhile thing. What? That just won't do! No single individual must be allowed to become that powerful. On the other hand, if we denied this request, it may prove more challenging to maintain favorable relations with him. True. You're just gonna have to go along with it. You don't have a choice. Ugh. Fine. I'll escort him myself. This could be a great chance to witness what he's really capable of after all. You know what? It makes me curious if we're ever going to get... Like, you know how Jeju Island got build up in Season 1? And they actually took the time to set up the conflict before Jinoo got there in Season 2? It makes you wonder if they'll do the same thing with the Kamish raid. Because as I read this, I'm noticing that the Kamish raid is supposed to be world building, but it's coming out of nowhere. Yes, I know technically the story didn't need to bring it up until now because America wasn't relevant until now. National level hunters weren't relevant until now. But I think the anime could do a better job. Maybe set this one up early on in the season, like the Jeju raid. You know what I mean? Because you have all the Ajin Guild stuff and the dungeon break at Jinha's school, as well as the double dungeon rematch. Maybe, and then of course the Tokyo Gate. I'm guessing that during the time those events are happening, the other chunk of the episodes will be the Kamish raid, like a flashback. Maybe set up more of the national level hunters. Get all of that going so that the end of the season will have this payoff. But for it to work, I am guessing that Season 3 would have to be longer than 12 episodes. I'm guessing it would need to be like 15 episodes. And I mean, you don't have to show all of the Kamish raid if it's just national level hunters versus a single dragon. Although I would have preferred to discuss this over a cup of coffee, I'm sure you'd prefer to get right to it, don't you, sir? So they built the FBH headquarters right on top of Kamish's body? This way, please. I can sense mana in the air. If that dragon's mana is still lingering in the air after 8 years... Okay, 8 years. I was actually kind of close. I can only imagine how powerful it would be when it joins my shadow army. I mean, Jinoo, this is also a case where maybe it won't stick around. Did you forget that you have one limitation to your skill, aside from the level gap? The amount of time since death. How does he keep forgetting that? His skill doesn't always make sure that the shadow stays. That's why he went for Egress as soon as he had the chance to. Because of the whole, not only like the strength and life they will have as a shadow, but also, if you wait too long, it'll be impossible. This thing slaughtered hundreds of our finest hunters at the time. What you see here is exactly how it was when our final 5 national level hunters managed to take it down. The entire FBH headquarters building is powered by the mana from Kamish's Essence Stone. Wow. That's impressive. So are you satisfied? Please stand back. Oh, here it comes. Here it comes. Are you sure about this, director? It's fine, I've allowed it. Let's just stand here and watch what he's going to do to that body. Arise. Wait, hold on. If my microphone is still working, I need to give this a little more reverence. Arise. How did that go? Was that good? You'll have to let me know in the chat if that was a good use of that or not. Whoosh, whoosh. Had a feeling. Failed to extract shadow. You have 2 more tries. Hmm. Arise. There it is. There it is. There you are. Hello, Kamish. And what a way to end the chapter. Yeah, it was cool. I did a good job with that. Let's go. Thank you, Lee, as always. It's nice that I have a built-in echo effect on my microphone now. That's actually really cool. I should make use of that more often. We're at chapter 143 now. Whew! Hast thou summoned me? Wait, no, you know what? Oh, this is gonna be... I didn't have the ability to before because I didn't have this microphone. I'm gonna try to do, like, the echo effect for the monsters, especially the shadows. I'm gonna try. But that would mean a lot of back and forth between normal microphone and echo, so bear with me. I'm gonna attempt to do something cool. If it ends up being cringe in the hindsight after the fact, I don't care. I have attempted to do something new. Hast thou summoned me? O Shadow Monarch, the King of the Dead. Holy mother of... What is the hell is going on here? What on earth? Human. Humans? Must kill humans. Must kill all humans. But this glass was reinforced by a top-tier hunter's mana. Roar! Oh, wait, no, I can't. Anyone know how to do that roar sound effect? Yeah, that's the closest I'm gonna get. What is this, a hyper beam? Sir, we have to get you to safety. That's Kamish's dragon breath. There's no way we can dodge that thing now. Yeah, you know, because it's super effective. Badoomps. Enough. The essence stone in your head is long gone. You are no longer have to obey the ruler's command. Wait, is he somehow communicating with that monster right now? I'm not sure what to make of all this either. So this is what it feels like to become subjugated to the Shadow Monarch. The humble servant of the Dragon Emperor now bows in deference to its new lord and master. Look at this thing! Look at him! That is cool. But if my memory serves me, he's not going to be able to stay. You used to serve the Dragon Emperor? Aye, my liege. I was once in the service of the King of Blaze Dragons, the Monarch of Destruction. Foreshadowing for my favorite monarch in the whole franchise that's not named Genu. My favorite monarch other than Genu is this guy that they're talking about. Good old Monarch of Destruction, the Dragon Monarch. He's probably the coolest monarch ever. Such rage. Who knew a shadow could maintain such resilient self-will? This creature is way beyond any monsters I've seen thus far. There's no doubt that it must have been the most formidable adversary. Sir, is that thing wagging its tail? Oh, that's good. Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's funny. The Shadow Monarch, the King of the Dead. Then there was the Monarch of Genesis, the King of Giants. It would be cool if you could use 2 microphones, but hey, it will be a stretch. Okay. Understandable. But I don't think two microphones would work because I'd have to turn one off and then one on and then always have the effect going. And I only have extra USB ports to support one microphone. So, two microphones would be a stretch, especially because I already got rid of the other one. It's a eBay listing for the video that I advertised the microphone in. There's an eBay listing if you want to buy the microphone from me. Because it's not a bad microphone. It's just that there's these weird issues with it that cause it to desync. And if you have a way of fixing that, then it is a worthwhile microphone. But I'm not turning back from this thing. This thing is so cool. I guess along with those two, the Dragon King must be one of the 9 monarchs the system hinted at. Yes. Yep, I called it. I called it. Regrettably, it is now time for me to bid thee farewell, my king. What? I fear that the honor of serving thee has come too far late for me. The power of the Shadow Monarch wasn't enough to overcome the 8 years of remaining dead? I told you, Genu. You keep forgetting that Shadow Extraction has that one flaw to it. Aside from the difference in power level between you and the target, it's also a matter of how long they were dead. System! System! Oh, how I envy those who may service thee for all eternity, my liege. My king, 4 humans have borrowed their powers from the rulers. Please be wary of them. It was an honor that I could dwell in the glory of the presence of the new king, however brief it may have been. Shadow extraction failed. That is actually kind of sad, though. The target's shadow has returned to the void. Yeah. Imagine getting woken up from being dead and then realizing, yep, this still won't save me from being dead. And he's like, bye again. The target has remained dead for too long, rendering any further extraction attempts meaningless. Agent White, please let the director know I'm very sorry about this. And also that I'll compensate for the repairs here to the best of my ability. Yes, sir. And he's kind of pissed about he couldn't keep Kamish, so he's just letting off a little steam. So, you people will have to let me know if I should do that in the future for the Shadow Soldiers. Was that cool to do for Kamish? Should I do that for Beru? Iron, Tank, if Tank had any lines, Tusk, Egress. Should I do that for Shadow Soldiers in the future? Because now that I have the ability to turn that on and off on a dime, I think I should. I won't know until I hear it after the fact, of course, so you have to be the ones to let me know if it was a good effect or not. Why couldn't I reach you, sir? Oh, I was visiting a place where you can't really get a signal, so to speak. Then did you manage to link up with Hunter Yu? Huh? He went out to meet you. Apparently you were waiting for him back at the bureau. What are you talking about? I was just there. We didn't see Mr. Yu on the visitor's log. What? That can't be right. 2 hunters from the Scavenger Guild were just here 2 hours ago to pick him up. Oh no. Scavenger Guild? That can only mean one thing. Yep. This is the large chunk of this arc. It's true that the Scavengers work closely with the Bureau, but they are not authorized to operate on our behalf. I'll check with their guild right away. Why do I get a bad feeling about this? Yeah, keep it. Or also for other series if there are instance dragons or other monsters that can talk. You know what? Yeah, that's a good idea. Thank you, Lee. That is a very good idea. Very, very good idea. Yeah. For other series, if there are instance dragons, yeah, other monsters that can talk. Yes, yes, yes. What I would do, Lee, is because I'm a little now anxious and paranoid about live stream chats, about how long they stay attached to a stream, because some of my older ones no longer have their chats. If you have anything you have to say that could be like permanent advice or words of just adding conversation, maybe after the fact, when this is a video, maybe reiterate it as a comment, because I don't care. It'll be there either way until the chat disappears, and then the comments will stay there. So all I'm saying is, you can put it in the chat, because I read those. Thank you. Thank you very much. But also make those comments, because comments are things that stay forever. If that makes sense. You're saying our men escorted the deputy guildmaster of Ajin Guild away? Wait, could it be? Was Hunter Sung aware of this? Not quite. Not to the full extent yet, anyway. One of his associates made the inquiry while Hunter Sung was with us at the bureau. We'll look into it ASAP. Hunter Sung, the Scavenger Guild says to look into it. I should be hearing back from them any moment. Now? Oh, and he's gone. Hey, Jinu is just out of here. He's off on a mission. He is looking for Jinho. This was an oversight on my part. I forgot to leave a new shadow to guard Jinho after I displaced the one to get to him when I was saving his father. Oh no! If anything like that happens again, oh, because of his sister, the dungeon break, yeah. Come. Wait, hold on. Come. Oh, his shadows. Go find him. Oh, dear God. Oh, wait, no, that's Thomas. Okay, that's Thomas Andre. He just had to screw it all up, didn't he? Dong-su! Find Dong-su before Sung finds him. No matter what. Okay. Okay, this is about to get gruesome. We have to find him first, whatever it takes. Dong-su is still on his power trip. This is not gonna go well. This was the big thing I remembered from this arc. And this is the thing that will take up multiple chapters, because it's not just Jinu with Dong-su. It's also Jinu and Thomas. I know the arc doesn't end the way you think it will, so let's just keep going. For everyone that's popping in now, welcome. We are at chapter 144 of 149 for this live stream. We're covering the International Guild Conference. And, working with this microphone has been so much fun. Oh. How have you been, Mr. Smith? I'm sorry, man, but our store policy does not accept returns for items that have been... Why didn't you come to the party last night? Could it be? He's out of the city? But Jinho is a D ranker. A combat class at that. He could easily beat off a gang of street thugs by himself if he had to. He would have noticed and resisted if he saw the car leaving the city instead of going to the bureau. The suspect left just one clue. The Scavenger Guild. Who at the Scavenger Guild could have done this? Jinu? If you know who's in the guild, you should probably have an idea. There it is. Oh, that's right. Huang Dong-suk's brother, Huang Dong-su. Yep. He must have been waiting for us to come to America. He must be dying to find out the truth behind his brother's demise. Jinho and I were the only survivors from that raid. Yep, we're finally taking care of that. Huang Dong-su must think Jinho and I are responsible for his brother's death. Because you are! You literally killed him! Even Director Wu warned me about this. I just didn't imagine it would come true. I don't regret any of that, but we wouldn't have to deal with this situation if I only left another shadow to guard Jinho. Yeah, you keep forgetting that using shadow movement uses up the shadow that you placed on someone. Ginu, how have you forgotten this? Again. It seems like the only way Genu is caught off guard if he's literally forgetting to do stuff that would prevent these kinds of scenarios. I know it's for the sake of the story, but it's funny to me that he forgets to put a new shadow on Jinho after this, and he forgot about its cooldown time, and he thought the guards he had on Jinha were strong enough when clearly they were not strong enough. I know it's for the sake of the story and I guess drama as well and stakes, but it is so funny to me that these stakes could have been prevented at least a little bit. Not even fully, I just mean like a little bit. If something were to happen to Jinho. Ooh. Still no news? I'm afraid not, sir. Does he have a death wish? Then again, Dong Su is an S rank. He should know better than to mess with someone way above his league like Sung. That's the issue, though. Dong Su doesn't care. He's the only reason he's got enough balls to be so reckless. It's probably because he knows I'll have to step in. Have I been too nice to my hunters? Any updates, Laura? We managed to talk to the Bureau into giving us the data on Huang's waypoints for the past month. Based on our analysis, there was one place out of his routine destinations that he visited exactly 3 times. Send all our guys there. I'll be I'll be right there too. Copy. By the way, how did you manage to get the Bureau suits' heads out of their asses? I warned them that Sung could end up clashing with you if we don't find Huang right away. Wow. That's actually kind of funny because that's true. I warned them that Sung could end up clashing with you. You specifically. Yes. But it will be a fun spectacle to watch. All the scavengers are on the move. All 100 of them? They even canceled all their raids just now. They're all headed somewhere. If the entire scavenger guild is on the move, that means Thomas Andre is behind this. This can't be good. No, wait, no, you're getting the wrong idea, guys. He's mobilizing the whole guild to stop Dong Su from going off the deep end. But that's very funny that they just assume Thomas is behind it. Now what the hell is about to happen? Well, Dong Su and his guys are torturing Jinho. This is just sad to watch. Again. Like, I have a feeling this is definitely going to be in Season 3. Season 3 will definitely end here. Or it ends with the Tokyo Gate. It's very hard to tell, especially depending on how much they keep in, how much they skip. You could argue that it's like they could do the whole thing where they put the Kamish raid in Season 3, but they don't do showing the Kamish dragon until Season 4. It's very possible. Hey, it's not like I'm gonna kill him or anything. I just need him to answer one thing. Guildmaster Andre may have warned me to leave Sung Jinu alone, but I never intended on getting to Sung in the first place. Okay. There's one more guy who can answer my questions after all. I mean, he did technically find the loophole. You gotta give him credit for finding the one loophole. But it's the one loophole that's gonna cost him his life. I told him that I'd let him go if he just told me what happened to my brother in that dungeon the day my brother died. But there's only one answer I want to hear. That Sung Jinu killed my brother. I've got no business with Jinho as long as I can confirm that. Hey, wake up! I said wake up! I guess he's a tank after all. Most guys would have died by now. I guess he's tougher than he looks. The guy won't talk. As much as I want to give him credit for his balls, being recklessly brave won't get him out of this. Oh, whew. Listen carefully. I don't want to kill you. See, Four Eyes here, he's a pretty kick-ass healer. He'll bring you back to life right before you kick the bucket every single time. Wow, we're pulling an overlord now, aren't we? Lovely. I love it. Which means until you tell me what I want to know, you're going to suffer here forever. Well, not forever. You have less time than you think. How do I do that? This factory's been abandoned for over 5 years. No one will hear you scream. So how about it? Ready to fess up? Yet, what was that? Get lost. Did Jinho flip him off? Let's go. Easy there, brother. I don't want to become no accessory to murder over money. I'll try to be more careful. Let's wrap this up already. I don't think you'll get much more out of this guy. Oh, you have no idea. I'm just getting started. Whew. Okay. Huh? What's that? An orc? Is there a dungeon break somewhere around here? That's weird. Yo, Huang, I think that thing is scared of you. It's one of Jinu's shadows. I have no time for games. This place. Oh, because Jinu shadow exchange there. Got it. I wonder how Jinu's doing now. Ah, yes. His mother and sister at their home wondering, I wonder how Jinu's doing. Wait, what? Okay. Wow. Their house set up there. Oh, okay, you know what? I said I would do the effect for the Shadow Soldiers, so I'm gonna do it here. Oh, Queen Mother, no one shall survive any cataclysm that may bring harm to the king. In other news, the U.S. Federal Bureau of Hunters has hosted another. Look, Gina, it's your brother. Really? My king! Ooh, Beru feels it. Beru feels it. This feeling, I felt something similar before. It is the king's wrath. They say a lot of accidents happen in dungeons these days, so let's all stay sharp and safe. No one's gonna get hurt today. Yes, sir. Hey! What's wrong? I just saw your shadow tremble, boss. Yunte, remember what I said about drinking before a raid? No, boss, I swear I didn't drink a drop today. Your shadow was trembling like it was alive or something. That's it. Take the day off. Ah, the Knights Guild. I'm serious. Stop the car, sir. I said stop the car. Damn it. Did they already get started? He kicks the door off. He just... Oof. I'll go. Follow me. Yes, sir. I guess they'll bill us again tomorrow. Tell me about it. Why can't he just take the damn car? Huh? Dong Su. Doom, doom, doom. Jinu is here! He is here! He is here. Chapter 145. Oh, the elixir. Oh no, it's a healing potion. The healing potion is ineffective if the HP is below 10%. Are either of you healers? Heal Jinho. Sorry, man. I don't speak Korean. Sung Jinwoo wants you to heal the kid. So we finally meet in person, Sung Jinwoo. I'm not going to repeat myself again. Heal him. Hey, you're gonna have to persuade my boss first. Oh, Jinwoo is like, I'm not having any of that. Come here, you. You're a healer too? Come on, Dong-soo, you never mentioned anything about Jinwoo getting involved in this. I asked you again if you can cast any healing spells. No, I knew it. You're the one who killed my brother, aren't you? Sir. Huang Dong-soo. It's Huang Dong-suk's brother. Be careful. Try not to speak. Answer me, Sung Jinwoo. Did you kill my brother and his party? Why don't you ask him yourself? Hoo hoo hoo! Look at that. You really have a death wish. You're not kidding. You're not kidding. Dong-soo definitely had a death wish. It's a case where he had a chance to kill Sung ages ago, but he wasn't able to leave America when he first heard the news. He was busy. The first chance he got, Jinwoo was in a red gate from season 2. He left before Jinwoo got out of the red gate, and he was forced to leave the country and not return to Korea, meaning his only chance was to wait for Jinwoo to come to America, which is right here. And in the time frame between, Jinwoo got so much stronger that Dong-soo is literally just a doormat to him. It is absolutely hilarious that this was a giant tension building thing that just had an anticlimactic finish, but it was so funny that it went this way. Yep. Dong-soo is basically dead at this point. Well, okay, not yet, but he will be. Jinwoo's not letting him leave alive. He put his face in the ground. Enough! God, this is why I told you not to mess with Sung. Hey, is my boy Dong-soo still alive? For now. Ah, so you speak English. That should make this easier. Let him go. If you do, I'll look over this blunder. And if I don't, then I won't be asking so nicely. Whoo! I mean, Thomas does have a point. He has to protect his guildmates no matter how psychopathic they might be, because Dong-soo is definitely a killer, but they need his power because he's in S rank. It's kind of that situation where you work with what you have. Thomas probably doesn't actually want to do this. Damn, he just tossed Dong-soo away like a rag doll. Be my guest. Yes, that's it. You'll have no choice but to get involved, Tommy boy. Kill Jinwoo for me. What? Are you serious? You knew you had no chance, but you sicked your boss on him, thinking, oh, Thomas is strong, maybe he'll kill Jinwoo for him. Why? My gosh. Dong-su, you are a villain through and through. Kill Genu, Thomas. Hey, do you even know who you're messing with here? I couldn't care less. Whoever the hell you are. Wow. He really has no idea who Thomas Andre is. He's got some balls going against me. Thomas Andre grew up in an Thomas Andre grew up in an impoverished immigrant family. Although he grew up surrounded by adversaries his entire life, the universe still granted him with an exceptional gift. More like the rulers did, but we'll let that one go for now. The ability to dish out ruthless violence. Just utterly ruthless, man. The power to step over all your enemies. Fight after fight, brawl after brawl, Thomas demonstrated his uncanny talent. He witnessed how his enemies could change once they've had a taste of his merciless medicine. Strength, power, wealth, violence. He is a dumbass. Indeed. Indeed. Indeed, you're right, Lee. Dong-su is an idiot. He is an idiot through and through. He's like, if I can't take down my enemy, I'll let my boss do it for me while I just go die. While Thomas had already built an empire for himself with his brute strength, he finally ascended as a true king when an entirely new form of power became manifest in this world. He crushed anyone who stood in his way, brought any who dared look down upon him to their humble knees. Violence was justice itself for Thomas. He knew all too well how to treat someone who refused to submit to his will. You brought this upon yourself! Over here! Hurry! All of the Scavenger Guild is here, and yet they're not going to be able to do anything. Look, Thomas got sent flying. Boom! Look at that! Whew! Thomas got sent flying! Thomas! Are you alright, sir? Whew! The speed. Look at that. What are y'all waiting for? Get moving! Take Jinho to the nearest hospital. Do whatever it takes to get him medical attention. Oh, Kaisel! Kaisel and Igris! Okay, let's go. Okay, Jinho's out of here. He's out of danger. Genu, maybe you should stop just attacking now. Like, I know you said what you said, but are you really about to take on an entire guild when it was only one idiot of a guy? Sometimes this is what I worry about with Genu, that he doesn't have any breaks. Like, the whole Scavenger Guild is not his enemy. Dong-su is his enemy. Yes, I know Genu could care less about Thomas, but that's mostly down to, like, he has no idea who he's dealing with. He just has no awareness of, like, the notoriety of the man named Thomas Andre. But it still comes off as arrogant, because his enemy is Dong-su, right? His beef was with Huang. What does Thomas have to do with any of this? Ooh, what a nice shot of his shadow army. That keeps getting bigger and bigger. Whoo, whoo, whoo. That's more like it. Now you're finally making it interesting enough for me. I don't give a shit about Dong-su anymore. There's only one way to restore my pride. I'll kill that cocky little bastard. Okay. Looks like Thomas has completely just like, I don't care about Dong-su anymore. I'm going after him because he hurt my pride. Well then. We escalated something we didn't have to. As much as this is going to be a fun fight, it's something that is entirely unnecessary. Chapter 146. I'll spare your life if you admit your mistake and fall back. It's not too late. There it is! I hope this gets to keep it in the anime. Please let this one stay in the anime. Please. Andre is like, I'll spare your life if you admit your mistake. And then Genu just goes, F you, man. Please let that one stay in the anime. Please let that one stay in the anime. This moment was so good. So that's how you want to play. You're going to regret turning down your last chance. This may escalate to the level of a war. Go. Here they come. Yep, this is straight up a giant war. Sung, how about this? You got your target. Don't kill any of these guys. They're just doing their job. Deploy shields! Well, there's Thomas. Oh, hi, Tusk. It's nice seeing you again. To be honest, the MC could have just said to Thomas to move away so he could kill Dong Su. Yeah, that is true. But, I mean, Thomas also has pride. And, he decided, yeah, I'll just drag the whole scavenger guild into this. Why not? But I guess Genu is so wrapped up in the moment that he's like, I will just fight just because. Those things don't stand a chance against me. Yeah, but they regenerate, Thomas. Whew. Genu is so unbothered by Thomas at this point. Out of my way! He just smacks iron away like it's nothing. Where did he go? The speed. Thomas sends him flying. I'll show you what it means to mess with a national level hunter, boy. Telekinesis? Ruler's hand! That's gotta be Ruler's hand. Which is supposed to be a hint as to where Thomas gets his power from. It's time you learned your place in despair. Oh, that's the quote that the game uses. I think that's one of the lines the mobile game gave Thomas. It's time you learned your place in despair. Oh, I'm so tempted to just pull up a clip of his dialogue from the mobile game. I don't know if the stream will allow me to do that. I don't think it would be too long of a clip, though. Would you guys want that? To end this stream with showing you or letting you hear the voice actor they picked out for Thomas Andre? Does that sound like a good idea? It would be different because I didn't do any of that for solo leveling before. But this is Thomas Andre, and this is finally his time in the spotlight. I think it's a very worthwhile opportunity. I mean, of course, you people can go look it up on your own time if you want to, but you think it'd be good for the stream if I do that, like, 40 seconds of Thomas Andre? And I'm surprised they were able to animate for cutscenes and his ults, his attack animations and stuff, when he hasn't been animated yet. So I gotta give props to them for doing that for the mobile game. Okay, sorry everyone. Looks like my family can't leave me alone when I need to, and I have been called to do some prior business. That is stuff that I have to do with them, and I'll be right back. The stream will stay going. Um, just bear with me. I'll try to be quick about it, but I have to. Apparently, I have to help them with something because they love that I have to be around to help them. So give me a few minutes. So don't go anywhere unless you want to. But yeah, I kind of have to deal with something. Okay. Okay. I'm back. I cannot believe I had to help them with that because it should be obvious my brother's clothes are his clothes, but because he grew so much and I didn't grow enough, we both now share sizes. It's weird. Don't label things. He should be labeling his things. Ugh. Okay. For the foreseeable future, I am back. So, what happened while I was gone? It would be a good outro? Okay. We'll get to the final chapter of the arc and then I'll put on the Thomas Andre clip from the mobile game. I could put his character trailer. I think I could do that. Because I remember when I first heard his voice, it fits him so well. Like, you will hear it for yourself and you will think that it fits so perfectly. And depending on the situation, I may or may not set up Infinite Gotcha's stream until later, just to give myself a bit of a breather. So let's finally get back into this. It's time you learned your place and despair. Oh, Sung also. Huh? What the? Is he trying to smash me flat? No, he's trying to keep me pinned down. He's choosing to attack even as I pull him in. He's using the opportunity of you giving him propulsion to attack him. Did I just bleed? Yes, you did, buddy. I love that this is happening because Genu, like, this is such an escalation of a situation where they're like fighting for no real reason at all. What was that you said? Know my place in despair? And he just keeps wailing on Thomas. Very well. I guess I've underestimated you. Transform! Or as my good friend the Toku Stroyer would say, Henshin! Now would be a good time you started explaining what the hell is happening, Agent White. It's a long story, we don't have the time. What happened? You may not notice as someone who hasn't been awakened, but if we go any farther, we'll have to stake our lives. Indeed. Suddenly, Sun Jinnu had an epiphany. There were 4 humans who borrowed the powers of the rulers, Kamish said. The 5 hunters who survived on the raid on Kamish. Especially the 4 national level hunters, they might be the 4 Kamish we're referring to. No. I can say that with utmost certainty. No. It was not those 4. At least one of them is, because he's standing right there. And Thomas Andre was one of them. Hoo-hoo-hoo! Look at that. Look at that. This awesome armor of Andre's was also animated for the mobile game. They did a pretty good job animating a move set that doesn't exist yet in animation, so they had to like literally work with still shots. Which is probably more impressive than the hunters in the game that already were in the anime. That like they managed to work in a complete move set for Thomas Andre, even though his only fights are on panels. I call that very impressive. But this suit is also very impressive. Bam. Genu's being pushed back. He's being pushed. Capture. Fall back away from the Guildmaster. Take cover. What? Yes. Andre's signature. He's sucking everything in like a black hole. I would have been dragged in if it weren't for the ruler's authority. Yikes. Oh, look at Thomas's face. Look at that. I won't miss this time. Okay. Chapter 147. Get all the wounded out of here! Get away from the Guildmaster as much as possible! He launches upwards towards Genu. He's making his move. And Geno steps on his face and uses him as a springboard. Man. Capture! It's not gonna work. Skill Ruler's Authority activated. Which is funny because Geno has his own Ruler's Authority. Is he trying to accelerate himself towards me by dragging me in? Hang on, is he seriously thinking of fighting me head on? Bring it on then! Power boost! Woo! Huh? Genu is still so nonchalant about this. That face. Andre's back for more. Shoo. Boom. Knee to the face. Oh. Oh. Okay. Mother of God. These mono levels are off the charts. These guys are unbelievable. This is dangerous. You'd better brace yourself. What was that just now? Was that? Yes, it's Mr. Andre. What should we do now, Agent White? We've got to stop Sung. What else? Stop him? Are you kidding? Don't you see him beating the daylight out of Mr. Andre? Wow. You're just wailing on him at this point. Geno, I think it's time you stand down and realize that you're going to potentially kill someone that, like, doesn't need to die. Like, I think you forgot the point of this fight. This is literally these whole chapters are the definition of the meme that escalated quickly. I mean, that got out of hand fast. Literally the definition of that meme. Originally, this was supposed to just be Sung getting Jinho and just, I don't know, killing Dong Su quickly, and that would be that. But because Andre had to feel the need to step in, suddenly this has escalated to something that he brought the whole Scavenger Guild for? Why? There is no point to this fight. How come? A mage class hunter is so fast and strong. That's also true. It's actually kind of funny because his build was originally an assassin build, not a mage build. Am I losing? It can't be. It mustn't be. But you are, Thomas. Overwhelming my foes with violence is supposed to be my calling card. Oh, your face mask is breaking, Thomas. I am the Thomas Andre. You think that's enough to bring me down? Did you already forget? I don't give a damn who you are. Geno, calm the F down, man. Calm down. Maybe you should have an understanding of your power and your effect on the world. Mr. Sung, that's enough! Please stop this at once! Why do you keep wailing on Thomas? This is clearly a finished fight. You win. I lose. Whew! Like, I don't understand. I don't get it. What was even the point of going this far? I mean, I get it. Thomas just had to settle his pride, but Genu has, like, been very dangerously close to killing him. Very dangerously close to killing him. Over what? Dong Su? What's funny is Sung is going to get what he wants anyway. This whole entire fight was stupid. As much as it was a cool spectacle, this was stupid. Upon rereading this arc for the third time now, I can confidently say that the whole point of this was just to get Andre and Genu into a fight. And the reason didn't matter because, like, 2 minutes in, Andre already forgot about Dong Su. But still, I find this to be the most ridiculous scenario to put these two characters into a fighting position. The most ridiculous. Why did Andre care about Dong Su anyway? He immediately forgot as soon as Sung got into a fighting position. This fight was utterly pointless. Other than giving Andre a time in the spotlight to get a fight in, because it's better than most characters. He's beaten up the Thomas Andre to a pulp. How many hunters in the world could ever pull that off? Hell, is that even possible? The world will turn upside down if this ever gets out. Heal him, hurry! He's broken every bone in his body and there's massive internal bleeding too. I don't think I can do this alone. We'll all need to chip in. He only managed to withstand this much damage because he's a national level hunter. Anyone else would have died a dozen times over already. Yeah, that's the point. Looks like no one's dead though. My leg! I guess it could have been way much worse. Agent White, look over here! Huang Dong-su isn't breathing! Yeah, like I said a few minutes ago, Jinoo was still gonna get what he wanted in the end. And so him fighting Thomas was completely and utterly pointless. Because look at this. He killed Dong-su. And you're about to witness something that he has now. So him fighting Thomas was nothing more than fan service. As much as I was blinded by the spectacle of it when I first read this arc, I can now look at it under the guise of this was a stupid, pointless fight. It's cool that it happened, but it was almost ridiculous to a fault. His heart stops beating, and Jinoo has vanished. Yeah, look, watch this. I swapped positions with Beru through Shadow Exchange. It's been a while since you've been back in Korea, huh? You're looking at Seoul right now. Who is he talking to? By now, Beru's probably trying his best to treat Jinho in America. The one time having healing as a shadow soldier is going to be useful. In fact, it's actually Beru's signature at this point. Yep, because look who this is. Introducing the new Shadow of Jinoo's army! My king. What? Please grant me a name. Now Jinoo has 2 general ranked shadows. I will say, as cool as this design is, he's not gonna keep this guy. And I'm only gonna say this now because he's cool while he's here. He just doesn't get much in the spotlight. So if the anime wants to do more with Dong-su's Shadow Soldier, then they're going to have to give him more to do. Because he's just like another shadow that'll be introduced later, where they are introduced, they have a few fight scenes, but nothing that gives them a standout moment. Now, it could just be the excuse that Jinoo has so many shadows at this point that giving a fight to this guy or the big shot that's going to come in later would be asking for too much. But it is kind of unfortunate that this is the only way I remember this guy's existence, because I don't think he's done any relevant things in solo leveling since this. I'm being serious. He's a general rank. How about greed? Getting greedy was what got you killed after all, don't you think? Well, do you like your new name? Huang Dong-su? I am most grateful, my king. This is next levels of savagery. This is... Yeah, I think this is the only other time he's ever going to have a human shadow. I think this is the 3rd and final time he takes a human shadow. The first time was Iron, but no one knows the identity of Iron except for the ones who survived the Red Gate, and they're not about to blab Jinoo's secret, so... Iron, Byung-gu for 5 minutes, And then now this guy, Greed. All right, as you were. And he forced Greed to bow with like his head in the ground, like as penance. Look at that. That is just next levels of savagery. He's like, in your death, you are going to do this, and you're going to make up for all of that. That's just next level savagery. The next day, International Guilds Conference. There's a lot of press here. They must have gotten word of your clash with you-know-who. I'm afraid you'll have cameras pointing at you all day. So this man has taken on the entire scavenger guild by himself. We've secured testimonies from Huang Dongsu's associates. The Bureau will get to the bottom of this soon. I don't want to waste any more energy thinking about Huang Dongsu. Damn. He's already like such a waste of time and space that Jinoo is just like, I'm going to stop thinking about him. And that was pretty much his role in the story. He is now a footnote. He is literally now a footnote. There's only one reason why I came to America. There's no reason for me to ever come back here as long as I get the answers I'm looking for. Wow. That's actually kind of harsh. I'll provide simultaneous interpretation during the conference via these earphones. Yeah, and Jinoo steps into the guild conference, yep. All these important people from around the world. Lu Zhigong! Why are you looking at us with that creepy smile? You're not a bad guy. This is a weird setup, but sure. And then Jinoo's just walking in. We have 2 more chapters to go, people, and then I have a Thomas Andre video to show. Chapter 148. 2 left. 2 left in the arc. This one and the next one. Is that the hunter from Asia who beat Thomas Andre within an inch of his life? I heard he was incredible in Tokyo as well. But Thomas was virtually the king of all hunters. Incredible. He takes a seat. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I am Dr. Belzer. As many of you are aware, we have recently identified a drastic increase in the number of new gates and powerful monsters. However, it is my understanding that not as many of you are aware of another peculiar phenomenon we've been detecting in the skies. Of course, the increasing saturation of mana in the atmosphere has already been widely studied and published. However, given the rather nefarious nature of this phenomenon, I would like to prefer to the mana dissolved in our atmosphere with a different term. Until we can determine a more appropriate term, I would like to suggest we refer to it as the monstrous aura. What a name. Whoa, that's a lot of places all over the globe. And did you know that this monstrous aura has been concentrating in the airspace of specific countries? We've seen it occur in 9 places, of which this city shows the highest level of monstrous aura. Seoul, Korea. Ooh. Of course, you know, the home city of Jinoo. Korea? But if it's Korea... They're all looking at him. If I may add, you needn't be so concerned about Mr. Sung. No human hunter could possibly leave such tremendous signatures of monstrous aura in the sky. 9 places, huh? Could that have something to do with the 9 monarchs? Exactly right, Sung. That's literally what it is. Since we have yet to identify the cause, we are left without any viable responses. That's not to say that there's no need to respond to these either. The world as we know it may be on the brink of another transformation. Is that all, Dr. Belzer? Yes, sir. Then I'll take it from here. I have a rather pressing issue I must share with all the hunters here today. It is with my heavy heart that I announce the passing of Hunter Christopher Reed. Finally time to make that public. Mr. Reed was murdered 2 weeks ago by unknown assailants. Christopher Reed? How could anyone kill a national level hunter like that? He's kidding, right? That's impossible. Only another national level could have any chance to pull that off. Okay. But there's one man who managed to beat Thomas Andre just yesterday. The official announcement of Mr. Reed's death will be released to the public tomorrow. Before I proceed to the next bit, I ask all of you to refrain from jumping to any conclusions. Yeah, you better make it a point. You see, we have actually identified a possible suspect for Mr. Reed's murder. Possible. And Genu is just like so ready to just kill everyone here if it's truly Il Juan. We call him Suspect Sierra. Sung Il Juan. You mean Sung Jinu isn't the suspect even after fighting Thomas last night? Hang on, is it just me or does that suspect look like someone here? Oh, guys. Guys, don't be racist. Don't turn around. Don't turn around. They just happen to look alike, I'm sure. All Asians look alike to us after all, right? But even... Oh, wow. You're gonna double down? Wow, okay. They're gonna double down on their racism. Okay. Okay, sure. Sure. Why would they suspect my father? I know now that the dungeons fall under the jurisdiction of the beings called rulers. Right. 4 humans that borrow their powers from the rulers. Yep. Please be wary of them. Yep. I have no idea why the rulers would send a monster mimicking my father. Maybe because it is your father. You ever think of that, Genu? Maybe this has something to do with what Kamish warned me about. We found the suspect at a dungeon with a gate in the US while he was capable of speaking human language. We determined that he is in fact a dungeon monster. What? Seriously? Are you serious? As the suspect demonstrated the ability to communicate in Korean, we enlisted support from the S-rank Hwang Dong-soo for the interrogation. However, the suspect subsequently assaulted Hwang and fled the scene, turning the Bureau headquarters into a pile of ash. Well, Dong-soo actually prompted that one. The suspect has proven to be strong enough to defeat one of the Scavenger Guild's hard hitters, Hwang Dong-soo. Therefore, it's highly likely that Mr. Reed was also attacked. Oh, okay. They don't know yet that the Monarchs even exist at all. Their only possible lead is Il Juan. So from their perspective, it makes total sense. But that doesn't make sense at the same time. They said assailants, more than one. Il Juan was by himself. By himself. By that logic, that doesn't make sense. So it's surprising to me that they're willing to make this leap in logic. Especially when someone could point out and be like, you said multiple assailants. Il Juan is by himself. Who possibly all attacked Mr. Reed at once. That is the current assessment of the Bureau. He spoke to Hwang Dong-soo. Oh, that's right. This is what he said. Don't you ever set foot in Korea again. I'm not saying this for my son's sake, but yours. Yeah, which is proof that he's aware of Genu's power. Yes. Otherwise, you'll wish you were long dead before you met me. Oh. Wish he was dead. Could he have foreseen that Hwang would never really die? Greed. Yes, sire. It is as you think. That man is definitely my father. The U.S. Federal Bureau of Hunters will request the cooperation of each guild across the international community to apprehend the suspect. Should you find him, please let us know. Thank you. Now I'll open the floor to any questions. Do you have any proof that suspect Sierra is not human? His mana waves were identical to those of monsters. Any other questions? Okay, I guess that's fair, but if his power comes from the same place that Andre's does, why doesn't Andre classify as a magic beast and as a human? What's the difference there? I'm trying to remember if the rulers said anything about that. Because, like, Andre has the same... gets his power from the same place. And so does one other person, but yet they're classified as human. Why would Il Juan be magic beast? I heard he claimed to be a human who went missing in the dungeons. This man the suspect claims to be, was he a real person? Yes, he was. Anyone else? Then why won't you release that man's information? Oh. I'm afraid he's close associate of one of the hunters here, so we decided against that. Any other questions? But wouldn't releasing his information facilitate the suspect's arrest? Oh, Lu Zhigong! What do you think about that, director? Hello, Lu Zhigong. I wish you got more screen time. You are, like, so cool. I seriously wish you had more screen time. China's 7-star hunter, Lu Zhigong. I will ask bluntly, what is the relation of this humanoid monster to Hunter Sung Jinu? Ooh, he figured that out quick. Oh, Mr. Liu, now you leave me no choice. During the interrogation, suspect Sierra claimed that he is Jinu's father. We're currently looking into this matter. Hunter Sung Jinu, if the suspect turns out to be whom he says he is, what will you do when the hunters go after him? Oh, Lou. Wow, you're so blunt about this. Of course, hunters should hunt monsters. That's a given. I'll hunt the suspect down myself if he really is a monster. But if he turns out to be my missing father, as he claims... His friend, I'm here to save him. Huang Dong-su. It's Huang Dong-suk's brother, be careful. I'll simply hunt the hunters. Ooh. And look at that. He remembered how Cha went to the double dungeon because simply, I'm his friend. Although she probably could have said way more than friend. But he remembered what she said. People. This is a big deal. Because how many other times in the story before Jinu and Cha officially become a dating couple? How many more times is Cha going to be brought up before Jinu takes that step? Remember, the manhwa deviates from the novel significantly in terms of cutting out certain scenes. So it makes me wonder, I'm pretty sure this is the last time Jinu remembers Cha before he decides to finally, like, go on a date with Cha. And then some other things go down and stuff happens, and then the story accelerates so fast at that point that the manhwa decides not to slow down and do the novel better, but just rush through stuff. There's nothing against that part of the story. I still love it very much. It's just very disappointing when you find out that a lot of really good scenes were cut from the novel. So I'm only reading this for the sake of these streams, because it's way easier to do this than to read the novels. But I highly recommend you people to read the novels. Unlike with Japanese novels, solo leveling ones have 0 illustrations, which is kind of a letdown, but understandable. So if you want your illustrations of things, you have the manhwa. But the novels have so much more to them that it is very much worth the read. Especially when you get to the end of the story. That final volume is probably the most crucial one you could actually read. I will do everything to protect my family, even if it means making enemies with every single hunter on the planet. That's not entirely true, Sung, because Cha's a hunter, and she's definitely not going to be your enemy. I don't think Choi or Beck are going to be your enemy. Jino's not your enemy, so it's like, you can't make a blanket statement like every single hunter on the planet, when that's not entirely true anyway. I know what you mean by it. It's the intention, but it's not entirely true. Did you really mean that? Yes. There were around 500 hunters from over 120 countries in there, all of them the best each nation has to offer. You're probably one of the only 2 hunters who could say such a thing at this venue. Who's the other one? He's in the hospital at the moment. Yep. Thomas Andre. Yep. They'll be starting the banquet now. The Bureau really tried to put its best foot forward this banquet, so unless you have an urgent matter, might I recommend you dine with the other hunters? Oh! Hello! Lu Zhigong! I haven't caught up with the mobile game. I'm wondering if he's been added to the game as a playable character. I'll probably find that out while I'm looking for the Andre video, but I mean, I don't know. Ooh. What the heck is he saying? He says he caught the giant you missed off the coast of China. You speak Chinese too? Well, Asia Pacific is my area of responsibility. I can speak most of the languages in the region to varying degrees. Then please continue to interpret for me. Of course, Mr. Liu says the giant was much stronger than he expected to his surprise. It was particularly more challenging trying to fight the monster at sea. He's been eager to meet you in person. He was curious to see the hunter who managed to defeat so many powerful monsters. And he was thrilled to hear about how you handed Mr. Andre his ass. He thinks Mr. Andre probably deserved it anyway. Okay, well, I guess that's fair, as long as he's not dead. It's a blow to his pride, but at least he's not dead. I thought he'd be more cold-shouldered at first. I guess he's more interesting than I thought. Yeah, Zhagong. And because of this, he really hopes that Suspect Sierra is not your family after all. Oh, because he's going to go on the hunt. Ooh. Okay, well, we have one more chapter. This is the final chapter of the stream, everyone. 149. He probably meant no harm considering how he insists he does not want to fight you. It's okay. Mr. Sung, may we borrow some of your time? Okay, what's this about? Oh, Madame Selner again? Okay, what is this about? Long time no see, Hunter Sung. Norma Selner, the upgrader? What does she want with me this time? Likewise, but I never imagined you seek me out again, ma'am. Recently, I've had a reoccurring dream. In that dream, the most powerful hunters fall prey to someone. And after a few days, the dreams become reality. You mean that's what happened with Mr. Reed? Correct. That's how we started this stream. So it's funny that we're actually going to end talking about that situation. We've tried to warn Chris, but he wouldn't listen. And of course, you know what happened next. His death. The world's most powerful hunters who protected everyone will continue to die off. Whoever's after these hunters will never stop their own hunting. So are you trying to warn me as well to watch out for those beings? No. Oh, no. I'm asking you to protect our hunters. I tried my best to remember the faces of those who prey upon the hunters in my dreams, but it was all to no avail. So I decided to try a different approach. I would use my abilities to determine who these beings are, albeit only in my dreams. Is that why you peered into my eyes back then? That's right. When I encountered the infinite source of power within those hunters, I had no choice but to wake up from my dreams. And when I locked eyes with it, I heard its voice, a voice I can still vividly remember. What did it say? To go back and quietly await the coming war. Whoa. Whoa. Who could that possibly be? Is it who I think it is? No. Maybe? No. It's as the King of Giants told me. The battle between the rulers and the monarchs. In that case, which of those two sides are hunting the hunters right now? It's the monarchs. I'll make that easy for everyone. It's the monarchs. The monarchs are the one hunting. So what does all this have to do with your request that I protect the hunters? It's because I saw the same power within you. She must have seen the Shadow Monarch's power inside me that day. If this is the same power as those she saw in her dreams, the monarchs must be the killers. There we go. Putting two and two together. These beings demonstrate powers well beyond those of our hunters. It'll take someone their equal to stop them, which is why we have come to you. To be frank, we were rather skeptical of Madame Selner's argument that you alone are capable of protecting the others, but your altercation with Mr. Andre last night changed our minds. Of course, we're not asking you to do this simply out of the goodness of your heart. We'd be willing to offer you anything you desire as compensation, even the rune of Kamish, the finest treasure it left behind. Many hunters have been blessed by a potent power. It was through such power that this world managed to survive. Without these hunters, our world wouldn't last much longer. Sorry, but I'm going to have to decline. Is it because you still have a personal grudge against Mr. Andre? No, it's nothing like that. Okay, that's surprising. That he moved on from that so quickly. It's just that I'm not sure who my enemy really is just yet. Now, if you'll excuse me, of course, you know, he's probably saying that just as a front. He's probably placing shadows on these people anyway, just as like a precaution. Agent White, could you provide a list of the hunters that Madame Selner asked me to protect? Ah, he changed his mind. I knew it. I knew he would come around. I'd also appreciate it if you could set up a venue where I can meet all the other hunters on the roster. Of course! Last day of the International Guilds Conference. The Night of Hunters, a banquet hosted by the Federal Bureau of Hunters. What a nice banquet. How are you feeling? I feel great, sir. When I heard that you went toe-to-toe with Thomas Andre, aka the Goliath, for my sake. Hey, check it out. Yeah, I noticed. He's standing right in front of us, but I can't really sense his aura at all. He's an entirely different level. And that guy next to him. That's the guy Sung fought Thomas Andre to save. It's an honor to meet you, Hunter Sung. I run a business processing monster remains. I'd like to purchase the giants you recently hunted. Could you spare me some of your time? Perfect timing. I usually focus on the raid itself. You can talk business with my vice president here instead. Hello, I'm Yu Jinho, vice president of the Ajin Guild. Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you. I'm usually not the sort to talk shop at an event like this, but just for you, sir, perhaps we can make a special arrangement. The kid's a bona fide vice president now. Mr. Sung, here's the list. The Bureau has its own scoring system based on the exploits of each hunter. We keep a ranked list of them accordingly. The 10 folks you see here are the top 10 rankers based on the Bureau's hunter points. Should you agree to help us, these are the hunters you'll be protecting. Nah. Knock off Apple. Oh, that's actually very funny. Knock off Apple because it has 2 bytes in it. That's actually very funny. Very funny. Knock off Apple. High priority, huh? Hunter points. And what's my rank on this list? If we include the giants he recently killed, I'd say about 3rd or 4th place. Thomas Andre, Lu Zhigong, Christopher Reed, Siddhartha Vakchan, and 5th place is... I can't be bothered to memorize their names. I might as well assign one to all of them. In any case, this is the ideal occasion to attach my shadows to all these hunters. Wow. I'll get in touch with the monarchs through these hunters. This way I'll be able to find out who's friend or foe, and how to fight each potential adversary. Yep. Hunter Sung. Don't worry. Thomas Andre, he actually showed up. Wow. Let me ask you something. This arm of mine here, my healers tell me the damage from your mana is so brutal that their spells won't work at all. The doctors tell me the same thing, although I'm recovering bit by bit. It'll take me a while to fully heal. Which tells me you were more than capable of killing all my guild members as well as myself. But there was not a single fatality despite the chaos of it all. Well, Dong Su is dead, but I guess you forgot all about him. So this is not entirely true, but I guess no one cares about Dong Su. That is, aside from that jackass Dong Su who started the whole thing. Okay, he did bring it up. I was about to say. Why did you spare us? Because you didn't really do anything to deserve death. Thank you, but I was also like, why did you go as far as you did, Sung? You almost killed them. I see. For the record, I'll throw one hell of a funeral for Dong Su. I know he got what he deserved, but please let me at least pay my respects to my former colleague. Oh, and I'd like to invite you for dinner sometime when my arm's all healed up. If you leave your contact info with my manager, I'll be sure to reach out to you again. What he meant to say is that he's very grateful for sparing the guild members. Wow. He may act all tough, but he can be surprisingly shy. Okay. If I may ask, sir, would you mind giving me your contact information? My boss would like to duly express his gratitude to you. Please let me know if there's anything you desire. Oh, that's all right. Being a competitive man that he is, my boss simply can't stand the thought of remaining in debt to anyone else. So please, could you tell me anything you might want, anything at all? So he wants to thank me, huh? Maybe a decent dagger? A dagger, noted. Thank you, Hunter Sung. Would you like to meet everyone on the list now? I'll introduce them to you. No, that won't be necessary. By the way, aren't you missing one right now? Number 6? How did you know? We lost contact with him days before the conference. The government of Brazil sought him out discreetly, but he's still missing. They must have gotten to him already. Oh no, the monarchs are making moves faster than we thought. That means there are 7 left now. Yep. Oh no! We are ending with this. Oh, I'm not going any farther after this chapter. That's odd. My heart won't stop fluttering these days. My heart hasn't exactly been in tip-top condition for years now, but it's gotten suspiciously worse lately. Is this it now? My doctor said I could die within 6 months if I don't quit my job right away. But I outlasted his prediction month by month, and now it's been 2 years already. I guess I've held on as long as I could. Yes? You don't have anything special holding you up tonight, do you, honey? Oh, darling. Of course not. I was just about to head out. Huh? What the? How can this be? No! The Frost Monarch! You guys remember him from the final episode of Season 2? He's back! And if I'm correct, that's the end of the chapter. That's it. That's it, people. We're done here. Time to get to our finale, our bonus finale. I will be right back with you. Of course, I just have to set it up. But, yeah. We're definitely going into some very good territory next time. I know the thumbnail might seem a little bit like a clickbait because, you know, but it was the way the manhwa volume cover was. So they split up chapters way differently than the actual chapters. So we're going to stop here. I'm going to stop showing my screen for a minute, and I'm going to be right back with you with the Thomas Andre video. So let me do this. Let me do this. Okay, I'm trying to set this up to make sure that full screen will be full screen. So I'm going to put it in full. I need to see how this looks. Okay, come on, I need to check. How does this look? Okay, that looks to be fine. This is the Hunter origin story video they made for Thomas Andre. You'll hear his voice actor in it, so I don't know how loud this is going to be, so bear with me as I figure that out.
Paws off. Got it? The law never did anything for my neighborhood. In that place that the world forgot. Our hands were the only thing we had.
Okay, Thomas.
So my fists don't stop for anyone.
No, Lucas!
Make those that look down on you kneel. My overwhelming power crushes anyone in my way. Because real rules are written in blood. And that makes me the king. Because that is my God-given right.
I don't know why that was choppy. More choppy than I thought. So there you have it, people. That is the voice actor they got for Thomas Andre, and I hope that they keep him on for next season. It's a sign that they're already thinking of it because the game already has fantastic voice acting, especially because all of the playable hunters have their same English voice actors that they do in the show. So this is a good sign that Max Hartman is going to be Thomas Andre. That's a good voice. If that's the voice I'm going to expect out of Thomas Andre, then I'm here for it. Was that not cool or what? So that's been this stream. There's nothing left to talk about. That was that arc. Give it a few more hours. I'll set it up later. I'll be on later for the next volume of Infinite Gotcha. So that's been this. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you liked it. Hit the like button, subscribe, share the video with a friend. Make sure to join the Patreon. And of course, keep your notifications on because as always, I will see you in the next one.